Welcome to this webinar, how to instantly increase your profits and more. Typically, we're dealing with business owners face to face. We're setting up appointments. You may have seen some of our people out there, but obviously due to circumstances, all of us as business owners are adjusting what we're doing with our business. A lot of us have been impacted drastically. Employment has been affected drastically. The economy, all sorts of craziness is going on. So we've adjusted our model, and I'm going to share with you exactly what we bring to the table. We want to help you get your business back on track, increase your profits immediately, and once the dust settles, help you get back on your feet as quickly as possible. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly and effectively as possible. I appreciate you giving us your time. So my name's Joe Wagner. I'm the president of Easy Pay Consulting here. I am a lifetime entrepreneur. That's important because I understand that I'm talking to other small business owners. Okay, I was raised in a sign shop by a single mother, and I know what it's like to run a small business, the value of the next job, the next customer, and that has massively been impacted right now, seemingly overnight with this coronavirus. And I'm a really direct person. The person that invited you to this webinar, by getting you here, that puts some money on their table, right? So we've created and completely changed our model. This is not how we've always done it, but whoever invited you on here, they appreciate it because that was a way for them to keep some money coming in during these hard times. So if you can stay on through the webinar, just know that you did help somebody by showing up to this. And that was a way for us to help people out there that otherwise may have been out of work, that were willing to get on and do something different where they can stay home. They contacted you and got you on here. Now it's my job to help you take the next step and show you what we have. And I just can't say enough the respect that I have for all the small business owners across America and across the world. I was literally raised in a small business, saw mom working late hours, working hard to get the next job, and I know what it is like. And everyone right now is struggling. So I can understand the position that a lot of small business owners are in out there because I literally grew up in it. And I strongly believe that entrepreneurs are what make this country so great. We have a huge task in front of us, not just right now during the coronavirus, but as soon as the dust settles with this coronavirus, to get this economy back up and going again. I believe that we have a responsibility, which is why we've created this model to keep money going into people's pockets that otherwise would be out of work. It's the entrepreneurs that when the dust settles are going to get this economy going. It's the entrepreneurs that are going to get employment up and going. It's the entrepreneurs that are going to keep America rolling forward as quickly as possible. I truly believe that. So I'm looking at business statistics on how this virus has affected everybody. And just to clarify, when I'm talking about small business, that's a business that has a maximum of 250. Okay, I grew up in the sign shop where it was mom and the kids. Okay, so 250 is a lot of employees. I'm sure most of the people on this call can relate more with how I grew up, where it's more of a family-run business, maybe 10, 20 employees. But small business is considered less than 250 employees. Okay, and in 2019, the small business owners, you and me, created 1.8 million new jobs in the United States. We've been seeing nothing but job growth in the United States for the last 106 months. The United States has 30.7 million small businesses, and we employ close to 50% of the private workforce. So now I was talking about what I believe that entrepreneurs and small business owners have a massive responsibility and task ahead of us. Look at that. Okay, we create almost 50% of the private workforce. And that chart down there below, this is amazing. 106 months of continuous job growth just changed in 7 days. The economy was booming. It's time for us to pull up our bootstraps and make sure that we continue moving in a positive direction, starting right now to when the dust settles and beyond. So clearly, there's been a huge impact on your business because of what's going on out there. And it's nothing that any of us had any control over, right? It has impacted your ability to service people. which is what a business does. So if your ability to service people is impacted, then obviously your sales and customer acquisition is going to suffer drastically because of that. That's what a business does. And when your sales and customer acquisition go down, your profits go down, which means you can't employ as many people. You can't create jobs. You have to start laying people off, minimizing hours. And obviously when people start getting out of work, profits of businesses start going down, the economy goes down with it. The impact that this is having on the economy is we're in crisis mode in terms of we got to get past this. We got to get back on our feet as quickly as possible. When we want to talk about the crash of the economy, we haven't even seen what the impact of this is going to be, but this is going to blow your mind, okay? Unemployment between March 16th and March 18th in 17 states, there was 700,000 unemployment claims. Okay, unemployment has been going down since basically the last recession in 2008. It's been gradually going down, and we're already higher than where it was at the peak of that recession. And it happened seemingly overnight, folks. We are in a serious situation here in terms of our economy and employment across the United States. So I want to put both of these next to each other side by side. We've had 106 months of continuous job growth, hundreds of thousands of jobs created every single month for the last 106 months. To the chart on the bottom, where seemingly overnight, there's more unemployment claims in the last week than we're seeing in recession time. Okay, that's where we're at. That's the reality. We haven't even seen the long-term impact of this. So when I'm talking about us entrepreneurs and us small business owners have an obligation to get things going again, to increase your profits so that you can reinvest back in your business, help create jobs and get things up and going again, whether it's immediately right now after this webinar or whether it's in 1 month or 6 months as the dust starts to settle here, we have an obligation and it's time for us to get going. The solutions that we're offering cover a couple things. One, we want to help increase new customers. We want to help increase repeat customers. We want to help increase your sales. Obviously, if we can help a business acquire new customers and increase repeat customers, then along with that, you should see an increase in sales, especially if we can up your average spending per customer, if you throw that in the mix. And then one of the number one ways to increase the profits of a business is to decrease overhead. This is one thing that a lot of businesses overlook, right? When everything is on the up and up and good, people are looking to spend a lot of money on marketing. They go hire SEO people. They worry about their online presence. They spend a lot of money to accomplish those first three things: new customers, repeat customers, and increase sales. But a lot of businesses overlook decreasing overhead, decreasing your operating expenses. That's the biggest thing that I'm going to go over here with you today, how we can get rid of one of your biggest expenses and in return, increase your profits. So as we combine all these things, again, whether it's immediately starting today after this webinar, next week, in 6 months, as things go back to normal, as they will, we want to help you increase your profits so you can get back to reinvesting in your business as quickly as possible, get back to hiring employees as quickly as possible. And if we take this thing full circle, we all are contributing to getting the economy back on track as quickly as possible. Things will go back to normal. We're all in this together to get the economy going again. The entrepreneurs of America, it is on us. The question isn't if it will get back going. The question is how quickly as possible. And I see it as a duty, obligation, and responsibility to help business owners so that we can all work together to get the economy back where it needs to be. So at this point, people are thinking, well, how does this work? Okay, I've been doing this for 11 years. I understand it's not everyone's favorite subject, but let's get into it. How does this work? Let me get through the first couple of slides, and it is all going to come full circle, and you're going to see how this works. Businesses have been accepting credit cards for years. They've been paying all these fees. On the left, you're paying different rates for different types of cards, right? An American Express is not the same rate as a Visa debit card. Then you've got transaction fees. And then if you even know how to read your statement, there's typically a laundry list of monthly fees as well, right? So our big thing at EasyPay is we're looking at this like, well, what are businesses actually getting in return for all of these fees? I mean, you have a terminal, possibly a point of sale, virtual terminal, however it is you're taking cards, and you accept your customers' money, but what do you actually get in return for it, right? So like when you pay for the internet, you pay a bill, you get the internet in return. When you pay for your cell phone, you pay for your cell phone and you get a service in return. Well, this is one of these rare industries where you're paying, in many cases, thousands of dollars a month, depending on how much you process. And what do you actually get in return for that? Like, what does a statement fee get you? It gets you a statement they mail you. Most people even do it online now. How about an annual PCI? These account fees, debit access, reporting fees, on file. These are just crazy because I can fees. And when you look at those, you're not getting anything in return for those. Okay, so our concept is pretty simple. We want to get rid of all the junk that you're not getting anything in return for. Okay, so we're not charging all that stuff, but you know, anyone can come and talk to you about saving money on your processing. You've heard that a million times. What we also do is we've got some softwares and some add-on services that actually bring services into the merchant service equation, right? So we've got a great partnership, one of our add-ons, where we create the ability to build that customer list, market directly to your customers via text message where you can send out a deal. Maybe you're an auto shop and you want to send out a special, 20% off oil change via a text message with a link that they can click and pay for it right there, right? That could go for whatever service or industry that you're in. We want you to be able to invite those customers back more often. If you're the type of business, a coffee shop, a restaurant, your customers are coming back frequently. We've got loyalty programs so that the more that they come back, you can offer them, hey, on your 10th visit, you get a free latte or a lunch special or a tree trim service or an oil change, tire rotation, whatever type of business you're in, you can create rewards for them being loyal, repeat customers. And as they're using these and as they're redeeming deals and being rewarded, they also are text and emailed and invited to go leave a review about your business and their positive experience. Okay, so who's more likely to leave a positive review? Somebody that you just gave a free lunch special or a free tire rotation to, or some stranger that just went on Google to find you. In today's day and age, reviews are very important. And the idea here, again, is add these services within merchant services. But at the end of the day, this helps automate your business growth. If you were to implement these things over 12 months, you absolutely will see an increase in repeat customers, new customers, thanks to positive reviews. And when customers come back, spending on average a higher amount. Pretty incredible stuff. In terms of your payment processing, this is a big deal. If we could get rid of that bill for you, that's our goal. Okay, so this opened up 2010. I'm going to share some examples with you where a law was passed that allows you as a business owner to incentivize your preferred payment type. In layman's terms, that means you can incentivize cash transactions over credit and debit. Why would a business do that? Well, obviously, there's no fees on cash, right? If you could take 100% cash or check, you would. There's no fees on it. You're not giving away 2.5 to 3.5% of your money with cash or check. So this law allows businesses to incentivize cash transactions. Folks, we've been seeing this for years since the law was passed. You see it at the gas stations every day. You're seeing it with online services. If you go down to any municipality, we're all business owners here. If you've recently applied for a business license and you pull out a credit card, there was some sort of cost, right? There's not the same cost as if you paid them with cash or with check, okay? And the truth is, around the world, 76% of businesses are not paying their fees to accept cards, right? So that's how we incentivize cash, just like a gas station. It's as simple as providing signage that lets everybody know, hey, customers have been raised 4% via a service fee. If you pay with cash or check, there's no service fee and you get the sticker price. Okay, so down on the bottom, it's all disclosed on a receipt. We provide all the signage. It's very, very simple. and it explains it and discloses it on the receipt, whether it was a cash transaction or a credit debit transaction. And folks, we've been seeing this for years. It's all around us, right? Last time you went to the gas station, they probably had a credit versus cash price, right? They're charging more per gallon if you use plastic versus cash. No secret, they're not paying their credit card fees. We are as the consumer. Same thing, you go online, you get some sports tickets, you go get movie tickets. They got some sort of convenience fee. They are not paying those credit card fees. Why? Because a company like Fandango, that'd be millions of dollars of profit. Same thing for Chevron and the municipalities. It's just thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands, in these big corporations, millions of dollars of profits gone for something that's not actually giving them a service in return. And by the way, if you look at a convenience fee at a place like Fandango, it's well over 20%. Okay, so introducing the cash discount program. If you're tired of paying the credit card fees and you're paying thousands of dollars a month, on average, we're saving businesses north of $25,000 a year by them no longer having to pay all those fees to accept cards. And the truth is, the higher the fees are that you're paying, you're literally paying for those rewards. So when someone comes in and they've got that 2% cash back, the airline miles, the Disney trips, the more of those they have on their card that they're paying you with, you, the business owner, are paying those. That's why there's different fees for different types of cards, right? So if you're tired of paying all those fees and you want to put that, $20,000 a year, maybe you're paying $50,000 a year, whatever it is you're paying in fees, you can put that back in your pocket as the business owner and use it to invest in your business. Okay, so on our program, it's so simple. It's easy, like the name, Easy Pay. If you process less than $5,000 a month, it's a flat $25. That's it. No junk fees, no surprises. If you're processing between $5,000 and $10,000 a month, it's $50. That's it. No junk fees, no surprises. And if you process any amount over $10,000, the maximum that you can pay with us is $90. So folks, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if you process $11,000, $111,000, or $311,000 a month in credit cards, that you would pay a maximum of $90. So as you're watching this, as we're talking about increasing your profits so that you can use that capital to help reinvest in your business. I don't know how much you're paying in fees. Everyone on here is going to have a different number, but you do. How much are you paying a year in credit card fees right now? What would it do for you if your bill was a flat $300 a year, $600 a year, or $1,080 a year? Because right now in this webinar, you can determine how much in the next 12 months you would pay for that service, regardless of how much you process. And the price that we set you at, it is not on a sliding scale. We figure this out, figure out what you're processing. We set the price today. That's what you pay. So if you're on a $50 plan and your business starts growing as things get back to normal, as your customers are coming back more, as you implement some of this cool stuff, your business starts to grow and you're doing more sales than you do now, well, you're not going to pay more than $50 if that's what we put it at right now. We set the price today. That's where it stays, because the truth of the matter is, we hope that your business flourishes and grows. That's our job. And as you process more, that's good for us. It's good for you. It's good for the economy. We all win. This is a full circle, we all win situation. And it's a very simple, single decision to implement a program like this by putting signage up. So a lot of people, I already know what the first thing, it's the only thing that comes up when it comes to the cash discount program is, what will my customers think? And the truth is, right now, we're in a situation where businesses have to get their profits back up and going. A lot of businesses I talk to have already said they have to raise their prices, not just because of this coronavirus, but because inflation, because the cost of goods and services and even employment in a lot of states is going up, right? So when it comes to a program like this, it's pretty simple. Instead of raising your prices, which would punish the cash and check paying customers, you had a couple options. The options were implement a program like this that keeps your profits where you need them to be at the current price. And the other option was flat out raise your prices. But the problem with raising your prices is that affects your cash paying customers. And also when you raise your prices, that's just more fees when you do take cards, right? So on a program like this, it keeps your prices fair for everybody and it keeps your profits where you need them to be. When you set the price on your service and goods at your business, that's the price that you're comfortable with accepting. But when 3% of that is taken out, that now offsets the profitability that you set the price at. So instead of raising your prices across the board, you want to keep them fair and implement a program such as this. And to top that off, prices continue to go up on the credit card fees. Okay, so I'm going to share something here. This popped up on Facebook from actually my scuba dive instructor who runs a scuba dive shop. And I'm not going to share his whole post. I'm not going to sit here and read this. If you want to kind of go through this. But what it is, to wrap this in a nutshell, is right after this coronavirus thing started happening, he got a letter in the mail saying that all the credit card rates are going up. Now, this shouldn't be any surprise to you as an entrepreneur that's been around and taking cards for a while, but Visa, MasterCard continues to raise their rates. Right? And that's not going to be stopping anytime soon. If you thought it did, the reason that he made this post, I didn't share the whole thing, but he was venting that among this crisis, he gets a letter in the mail saying we are raising the prices. And he's upset in this post here because he's saying in a time of this, when the credit card industry knows people are going to be relying on credit cards to get through the struggles, they go and they raise the rates for the business owners that are already suffering and already struggling, in many cases even shut down. And this is when they're going to go and raise the prices, right? So they're always raising prices, but to do it at this point in time, it just goes to show the cost is not going down. Implement a program like this where you can put those profits back in your pocket. Don't have to raise your prices for your cash paying customers. And on top of that, you know, if you're interested, it's not a requirement. You don't have to get the softwares, but you know, if you implement the softwares of rewarding your customers and being able to invite them back more often and incentivize them and give them specials and deals and text them what's going on and invite them in and give them digital deals that they can purchase from right there at a discount, it's totally going to offset all this other stuff. And at the end of the day, we need to get this economy back on track. We need as high of profits as possible. And the easiest way to do that as a business owner is to decrease your overhead, decrease your operating expenses. And this is a bill that you're not getting anything in return for. Let's get rid of it. So if you are ready to go, I'm not done here, but if you're looking at this, you're like, this just makes sense. I'm done paying for the airline miles. I'm done paying, you know, hundreds of dollars or a couple thousands of dollars a month for a service I'm really not getting services in return for. Then, you know, just let us know. You can email us at admin@easypay.company. Expect a call after the webinar is done. I'm not done on this webinar. I'm going to have a couple more things to share, but if you're already at that point, feel free to email us, and then we can get with you as quickly as possible. We can go over more details with you. For the rest of you that are still kind of thinking about, you know, I'm not sure what my customers would think, and, you know, you got some other questions. Obviously, we're going to get on the phone, and we'd like to answer those for you. But I know out of 11 years in the industry, people are done paying those fees. They're looking for an honest company. Doing cash discount for 4 years, I know what's going through 99% of your mind, which is, I want to save that money, but what will my customers think? I'll just tell you right now, that is what everybody says. Every one of our happy clients said that to begin with. They were just willing to give it a shot. So I'm not going to share all the testimonials all the way through, but I am going to share some small bits from some testimonial videos about that exact same situation and how they felt and would they recommend it.
I can look at my statement with confidence versus looking at it and cringing every month as to how much money that they took out of my bank account that I lost in profits.
Yeah, so now you just know.
Love my bottom line now. Yes, get off the fence. You're wasting your time with all these other merchants. get with Easy Pay. They're breaking into this. They're doing new things, and everybody else is trying to follow them. So this is where you need to be. You need to come with Easy Pay.
Basically, I was going to be one of the first in Livingston to do it. It's a small town, and I was worried about scaring away customers or having customers reject it because it was a new concept. You know, I just tell them that instead of raising prices for everybody, I decided to put the charge of the credit card back on them and keep my prices the same. And I also sometimes have told them that how much I used to pay every month just to process credit cards.
Did your customers, were they even aware that you paid?
They aren't aware that there's any fees associated with using a credit card.
And once you explain that, what's the feedback?
They were astounded. Nobody's changed their habits because of it. Sales have not went down because my credit card sales have went up.
Yeah.
You know, people are just going to use their credit card. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And nobody has discontinued using credit cards because of what I've done. Off season, there's probably average about $1,800 a month, and our high season, we probably average about $3,600 a month. Yearly savings, I'm going to say, is around $30,000.
Wow. Just a simple decision.
Yes.
Sales have not gone down. $30,000 more in your pocket.
Yes. Well, I'd recommend Easy Pay mainly because it's going to save you money.
Yeah.
And people aren't going to react to it in a negative way.
All right, now I'll do one more here, folks. And I must say, one thing that we love about our testimonials is these aren't scripted, folks. These are real merchants. These are real people, just like you or I. Not even a professional camera crew. We get in there and we talk with our merchants and check in, and we want to see how it's going. Unscripted. This is just the raw truth of real business owners just like you.
Our main concern was the guest. I mean, we don't want to take advantage or feel like we're taking advantage of the guest. And we had zero pushback, almost no pushback. We were pretty skeptical when we first started, and we were just going to try it out for a month. And a month quickly turned into 2 and 3, and then we never even thought about it again, basically. And that was that. Well, I mean, it's gone from $200 to $300 to $25 a month. It's very, as a business owner, it's frustrating when you see someone open their wallet and then they reach for their credit card. And when that happens, that's why I'm like, you know what, we're making the right decision, and no one complains, and our prices are reasonable, our food is great, and so it's, at the end of the day, it's really just saving us money. Nickels and dimes for the guest, and hundreds of dollars that equals a couple grand a year. I mean, literally, it's a couple grand a year, if not more. It's just, I mean, it has no effect on increase in sales or decrease. The concern was, is there going to be a decrease? And the answer is no. If you're on the fence and you're not sure, try it for a month. Try it for a month, and no harm, no foul. If it works, then you're literally saving yourself thousands. If it doesn't, then just stop using it.
Right.
I would absolutely recommend Easy Pay to any business that wants to save money.
So folks, again, if you are looking at this and you're just ready to go, feel free to email us so we can get back with you. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, admin@easypay.company. You also receive a call. And I want to let everybody know that we have made this a risk-free proposition. We want you to be able to try this. We want you to be able to test drive this. So part of what we do is we do not have contracts. We're not going to put you in a position where once your foot's in the door, you're stuck and you're in things that you can't get out of. We provide free equipment on all of our deals. We do not allow leasing. You do not have to buy equipment. This is month to month, okay? That means we mean business, right? We make money by you staying with us. And I've been doing this 11 years. I know that people are looking for an honest company that delivers what they said they're going to deliver and answers the phone. Okay, you're going to get all three of those working with us. We know what it is that people have been through when it comes to credit card processing, which is why we do not do contracts. We know that once we can get your foot in the door, that you'll stick with us because you're happy, not because you have to be with us. I encourage you to give us a shot here, and let's all be well, be blessed, do what we have to do. Let's get through this. We appreciate you jumping on. You did help somebody earn some now money to put food on their family's table that may have otherwise been out of work. We are going to make it through, and we're excited to be in the small business space with you. And let's all get to work and play our part and get this thing back on track as quickly as possible. Take care.